what it do, what it do. Welcome back to another JB film. Another one? What this is? Day 3 ski? 3 ski? Let me tell you. I'm trying not to get hit by the cars. But boy, day 3 ski consistency. My boy. Alright. So we about to get into the vid. Basically, I'm on my way to work, y'all. And I was like, I'm gonna just do this third video while I'm on the way to work. You know, let it be smooth like that, right? Boy, oh boy, let's see. Y'all gonna notice I'm a little out of breath now. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do what you gotta do. So, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I do what I got to do. And you know what I'm saying? I gotta get to this paper, so. But, yeah. We're here to have something called Talks with JB Ski. JB, what it do? That's me. How you doing? If you're new, like, comment, subscribe. Hey, how you doing? My name's JB. Nice to meet you. Oh, that's a nice car. I'm just but a humble citizen who does his due diligence. Okay. That boy flying down the road with a trailer. Hey, let's talk to JB. Here to talk about how to stay collected, how to have a calm mind, how to stay chill under pressure. You got all types of pressure: social pressure, peer pressure, family expectations, relationship pressure, arguments, school work pressure, things of that nature. Daily distress. As y'all can see, I was walking, but then I realized I'm talking, but it's a bunch of huffing and puffing, and not to mention because of the wind, it's like y'all can barely hear me. So we're here on my break talking to y'all, and let's go ahead and get to it. Starting off, let's talk about the different pressures. We can start off with how I deal with work and school pressure. The pressure of everyday life of having to juggle work and school. I work 8-hour shifts every day, Monday through Friday. Sometimes I pick up shifts on the weekends, sometimes work doubles. I walk to work because I don't have a vehicle, because both of my vehicles were destroyed. One because my friend crashed the first one. Second one because I was in Houston and a truck ran me off the road. Like I said in the intro video, vroom. You know, and sometimes that can all be a lot on me, you know, especially trying to stay ahead of school because I work online. And so everything's up to me, and not to mention I have to meet certain deadlines, and it can be a little challenging because, you know, because I have my moments where I'm lazy or where, you know what I'm saying, or where I'm like procrastinating, but that's why I have to stay ahead of it. So that's why that's why I'm literally dang near losing sleep at night. So I'm trying to make sure I stay ahead to make sure that I don't get lazy. In times where I get overwhelmed or stuck under pressure, like I got a big test coming up, or I got some assignments due and but I'm still working on some other assignments, or let's say I gotta do work, I gotta be here at work, but while I'm at work, there's 8 hours out of my day that I need to be doing studying, and I need to be doing my, you know, writing down my notes and everything. So how do I deal with that? How do I manage that, right? Well, for one, when it comes to walking, I always make sure that I just pray and I keep a level head. I try to have a mindset of, you got this, you gotta do what you gotta do. Like, I try to have this mindset of, you know, resilience, of being strong, of understanding that, hey, time, you know what I'm saying? Time gonna come when I do get a car. Until then, this is what we gotta do. So, you know what I'm saying? Also, I take time to breathe and kind of just enjoy the walk. I treat it like an exercise, basically. That's what I do. I just treat it like exercise, you know? As far as my schoolwork and work, when it comes to work, at work, there are times where I have to deal with members that are frustrating, are constantly coming at us employees, and constantly it's always a problem with this and that, you know. On top of that, just having to deal with their messes that they might make in the bathroom or leaving attachments everywhere. Dealing with times when they complain, when they have an issue with something with and then they go to our manager, and then now our manager is getting on to us. And then most of the time, you know, it's more so like talk about, you know, how we can do better with it, of course. But, you know, there be these times where, you know, they might say something, and like, even if it's not completely on my shift, you know what I'm saying? Or even if it was just one time that it happened, now boom, now we're being under the radar, you know what I'm saying? The pressure of that, always being watched. And there's nothing wrong with that, because in the day, hey, JB know he doing his job. JB gonna do his job and prosper, do even more, you feel me? As always, cool. But, you know, in times like that, it can be a little overwhelming, you know what I'm saying, deal with all this. And then on top of that, having to try to get my schoolwork done while I'm here as well. So what I do is, I like to listen to music, maybe I always have one earphone in, because can't have both in, gotta make sure I still do my job. So I always have one in, and just have like some calm, soothing music to help me out. I take one thing at a time. I try not to overdo it. I do as much as I can, and whatever I don't finish as far as schoolwork goes while I'm at work, I finish when I get home, which is cool because I have downtime when I get home. And regardless, you know, it's on me for when I wake up, you know. Perfectly, I try to wake up early, but, you know, it just depends. There's times where, you know, like, for instance, today, like, I had a member at my throat about something that was going on in the gym, and I had to deal with that accordingly. I handled it very calmly and very respectfully, of course, and in a much manner that was professional. Now you might be like, oh, how did you handle it so calm, especially bro being all in your face and bro yelling and this and that and causing scenes? Like, how you do that? It takes a lot of tolerance.
Jesus, take the wheel.
I'll let you know that I have so many other siblings, so I kind of got it from that, and also I have parents that had to do it that had their own stuff going. It takes a lot of tolerance, but also some things that helped me though to get to the point of having a tolerance and being able to deal with people like that, and just, you know, psychologically calm them down, and also kind of revert the situation, you know, de-escalate. I take a time, I breathe, I think to myself in my head about what I'm going to say, or sometimes I even think about the stuff that I want to say, but instead say the opposite, because then, you know what I'm saying, I let it out in my head, and then on the outside, I just go for the more code switch response, the more professional, more better response that they would say. So that's one thing that I do. Another thing, like in those type of moments, I just, you know, I remember it all times. I'm at work. At the end of the day, it's just how people are. I can't let it get to me, you know what I'm saying? So I have to take a step back and be like, okay, yeah, I understand your frustration. Yeah, I get where you coming from. You know, go about the situation in the best way that I can. Of course, when they get bugged sometimes, you know what I'm saying, I gotta be like, all right now, you know, you got him with a little passive aggressiveness, you know, passive aggressive niceness, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta be like, I understand your frustration, but we don't want none of that going on here in the gym. We wouldn't want anything like that happening. I apologize for, you know what I'm saying, we do the best we can moving forward. Things of that nature, you feel me? Understand, as long as you stay calm and you block out the noise and you don't let the fact that that they getting all jumpy and stuff affect you, you gonna be good. I'm telling you, you just gotta take the time to calm yourself, to remember where you at. You know what I'm saying? And go about things a certain way, because you can't just straight up, you know what I'm saying, explode the person or come back at the person like you want to, of course, because understand you're under the clock. You know, in times like that and pressure like that, it can be a lot. It can be all in your mind, anxiety raising, your heart pumping, you start feeling that feeling in your body. Now your body going into fight mode instead of flight mode. But I had to learn to stay in flight mode. Even when I feel like being in fight mode, you know, I had to observe situations and deem whether or not what was necessary, when and what time, or how to go about things. Sometimes you gotta mix the two together, flight and fight. You know what I'm saying? So you in like a neutral mode between both of them. That's when that passive aggressive comes out. That's the way, you know what I'm saying? Because that way you don't let people think they get one over on you, or it won't escalate. You know what I'm saying? You want to kind of, like I said, you want to kind of de-escalate it, or kind of keep it real mellow. And then today, another thing that keeps me chill under pressure is understanding that I can only control the things that are in my power to control. I can't control the things that are not in my control. So I just leave every stress situation, every worry to God. Now, let me see, is that everything? School, like I said, school pressure when I got big tests and stuff coming up, or when I just have those moments where I'm like, how am I gonna do this? Or pressure of actually being able to succeed and pass and not fail. And times like that, I just have to give myself affirmations. Tell myself I got this. Tell myself you're a king, you're amazing. My brother, you're intelligent, you're hardworking. You gotta stay focused, you gotta stay driven, don't lose yourself. You know, so I gotta tell myself, I just gotta keep reminding myself, like, oh, it's all gonna be for a better purpose, it's all for the betterment of me and my future. You know what I'm saying? I tell myself all the time, like, it's all gonna pay off. It's all gonna pay off. All this hard work, it ain't for nothing. You know, I have to just constantly tell myself stuff like that. Let's see, social pressure. Social pressure is like when you are around people that you've never seen before, or you're in an event that something's new to you, and like that pressure of meeting new people, of being around people you never met before, of talking to people of a higher caliber than you, and the pressure of feeling like you don't belong. But understand, we bleed the same way. Everybody's the same. You know what I'm saying? I bleed the same way you bleed. I just put in the work. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time they just put in the work, or they just got lucky. But a good bit of time they put in the work. So that's the only thing that set the difference. And even then, your time coming too. You gotta be patient. You know, so I have to be patient, but sometimes you really do. Patience is key, I'm telling you, along with consistency. So understand, like, I get that pressure. You get a little nervous, you get a little jitters, you know what I'm saying? And especially you have a hard time trying to trust people or even get around them people. But networking will save your life, because like they say, it's not about what you know, but it's about who you know. It's always good to know a lot of things, but it's really good to know other people that do other things. The things that you may not know how to do. You never know what you need to learn or what you need to do, right? So it's all about networking. Understand, the best thing I can tell you, 3 steps of how I approach people and stay calm and chill. Number 1, take a deep breath. Ease my mind. And get ready and prepare and think about the first thing I'm gonna say to them. Second thing, shake out all my jitters. Get my mind in a mind frame of being hospitable, calm, a vibe, just vibing, you know what I'm saying? Chill, smile, you know, things like that. Third, walk up to them, and boom, there you go. Now, it's a little easier said than done. But like I said, it's my 3 things. I take a deep breath, So I gotta shake out all my jitters, prepare what I'm about to say, or prepare at least the first sentence. And then 3, I get ready to walk up to him. And then I walk up to him with a nice tone and be like, hey, how you doing? And then start a conversation with him, you know? Whether it be anybody or just in general, like whatever I got talking about. Like, oh, hey, let me ask you about this, you know? But I know at times, like, and I don't know how they gonna react to this, that, listen. Stop being scared. Like, for real, stop. Like, I know it's easy said and done, but you can do it. You got this. So yeah, in those situations, like, I really just take time to keep myself like calm, collected, you know, more of an open mind, open spirit, give people the benefit of the doubt. Cause I learned like a lot of the times the reason why I was so like frantic when approaching people or when it came down to just meeting new people in this now is cause like I let the trauma of not trusting people and of seeing people do like some really, really bad things in this world, even to and like do me any kind of way, it kind of messed me up. So a lot of times, you know, just keeping it a buck, I was, you know what I'm saying, I was frantic. That anxiety was through the roof. You know, I couldn't really walk. You know what I'm saying, that pressure was a lot. It was like a rock on my, it was like a big boulder on my back, for real. But I overcame it because I had to realize, you know, that trauma got to stop with me. And on top of that, I can't let that fear stop me from growing and meeting some pretty amazing people. Boom. So there's that. So yeah, that's work and school pressure. That's social pressure. There's some more pressure. Peer pressure. Let's talk about this. This is for kids, teenagers, and adults actually. Peer pressure is, for instance, if a bunch of your friends were drinking in a group and you don't drink, but you wanted to impress them, so you decided to drink, or they was offering you a drink and they kept offering it to you until you said yes. That is peer pressure. When your peers, people around you are pressuring you to do something that you don't want to do or that you haven't done and you're nervous about, and you only do it because they want you to, because they putting the pressure on you like you have to do it. Like when people would jump off cliffs and do that skinny dipping and people like, go. And you know what I'm saying, in the movies you see that one kid, he's like, he don't want to go. But then, you know, he see a girl that he like, or all his bros trying to call him pussy in his neck. Nah, he jump, boom. Peer pressure. How do you stay calm during peer pressure and live your truth and live your own life? First off, stop being fake. Don't let these people make you try to call you lame because you don't want to do something. Listen here. It's not your fault. You should be you regardless. If it don't sit right with you and you don't want to do it and you ain't comfortable with it, then you're just not comfortable with it. Be real. Because honestly, being real, if you're not being real, you ain't. You know what I'm saying? Be real. Be yourself. You know what I'm saying? Stop trying to do anything to dang near break your neck just so that you can get cool points from your people. I know that pressure be a lot. I know you don't want to disappoint them. But at the end of the day, it's your life too. Them your real friends, they gonna stick around regardless. Or they gonna try to find ways to ease your nervousness and this and that, try to help you out. They wouldn't make you do anything that you don't want to do. So in times like that, how did I stay calm? I had to learn real quick to start speaking my mind and to stop letting others influence me to do things that I didn't want to do. So I have to take a deep breath. And I have to understand that conflict and resolution is going to happen regardless of if I want it to or not. So I have to let them know with a firmness in my voice, but also let them, you know, as my homie, and that, like, hey, I'm not cool with that. That is not me. I'm not messing with that. Boom. And that is what it is. I'm not going to let it any further mess with my peace or my happiness. I'm going to either listen to my music, I'm going to walk off, or I'm just not going to do it regardless. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? You got to get in that mindset of stop caring what people think about you. It only matters what you think about you. I'm telling you, it only matters. If you want to stay calm and under pressure like that, you got to learn to think on your own. Have a mindset of your own. Have a life of your own. Learn to take time to let people know, no. I promise you, that rock will lift so quick. I'm talking about you'll feel so free and spirited. I'm telling you. So there's that. Let's see. You even got relationship pressure, everybody. Relationship pressure. This is pressure like when you're in a relationship and you feel like you're not good enough for the person, or you feel like, oh, I have to really do this for them, or, you know what I'm saying, because if I don't, I'd be wrong. The pressure of feeling like you're not good enough, the pressure of meeting their parents, the pressure of the conflicts and the arguments and of losing the person. It could be any pressure like that. I'll tell you like this. I ain't been in a relationship in a minute, in a good little second. For real, like actual relationship. I'm a love boy though. And I have been in quite a few, just not recently. And so I'll tell you this much. In those moments, for one, if you truly mess with each other, rock with each other, love each other, you're going to make it work. That's number one. I'm not going to lie. But then they also understand if a person does not want to change, they won't change. Don't stick around and make yourself uncomfortable for someone else to be comfortable. Do not make yourself unhappy for someone else to be happy. At the end of the day, if they're not doing right, they're not changing, evolving, elevating, just like you are, or that you're trying to do, then, you know what I'm saying, don't let it be a one-sided road for sure. The thing about it is you have to learn to, for one, set boundaries. You have to learn to communicate. You have to learn to be consistent. You have to learn what she likes or what he likes. You have to learn how to navigate between them, because at the end of the day, you'll being around a person for a good minute or being with someone for a good minute, you know their habits, you know their moods, you know, you can start reading them better. You start knowing when something's wrong with them. Don't be ignorant. Don't let your pride get in the way. Don't start stressing after you realize you done messed up. You should have been doing right in the first place. So ways that I say stay chill in that aspect, like when arguments happen to your partner, always think about what you're gonna say. Don't be irrational. Always think, calm yourself, collect yourself. Make sure that you're coming in a tone of, like I said, actually trying to communicate, not attacking. Because there should be no attacking defense. It should be an actual just conversation of betterment, enlightenment, elevation, things of that nature. That's the best thing that I could tell you when it comes down to this relationship and being under pressure when it comes to relationships. It's a certain mindset you gotta have, and understand. Another thing is you gotta have self-love. If you don't love yourself, why are you loving somebody else? If you can't take care of yourself, why are you trying to take care of or be with somebody else? It does not make sense at all, people. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Learn to heal. Learn to meditate. Be one with your emotions and be collected. That's real talk. Real talk. Beyond that, overall, as you can tell, when it comes to dealing with pressure or being under pressure, JB really does three things. He either breathes, does breathing exercises, meditates. He either listens to music. Breathing exercises, meditate, collect his mind, think about what he's gonna say. Don't be irrational. For two, he listens to music. Music is his safe space. Music is his way that he copes, the way that he deals with things, and he indulges. But I won't further on that explanation. For my people that know, they know. And that's pretty much it. Those were the three pressures that I really, I think the main ones that I could really talk about. It's a lot of other pressures in the world. You can feel pressure about a lot of things. Pressure is like that tension that you feel when it comes to something, whether it be stress, whether it be a big trip coming up. Even like big trips, you might have a pressure of going out of state. You know what I'm saying? You ain't been out of state before, or you ain't been to too many places out of state, or you going out of country for the first time. That could be a lot of pressure. New area, new environment. You don't know how the people gonna react to you. We live in a crazy world. Find your way to stay calm. Find your way to cope. Find your thing that instantly, like, you can just go to and then come back and take the situation. Like for me, I go listen to my music, or I go walk off, take a deep breath, come back, boom. Or I deal with the situation real quick. Remember, think in my head, the irrationalness, keep it inside. All the rationalness, keep it outside. Things of that nature. like I said, moving to the country, going to another country, can be kind of scary, can be pressure, you know. During that time, like I said, find your way to go. Find your way to let it out. To not just be jumping everywhere and running with your legs tied behind your back, and your head swarming somewhere, you know. For real. But yeah. This has been JB. This has been Talks with JB. This has been a little video, just like I said, how to stay chill under pressure. Under pressure. You feel me? Nah. But y'all stay tuned. Y'all have a good one. Like I said, video 3 ski. Hope y'all enjoy. I'll catch y'all tomorrow for video number 4. Let's get it. In the silence of the night, when you're feeling all alone, I'm the shadow by your side, baby, you're never on your own. When you fetch me away, even when you want to roam, I'll be your anchor.